Yes, of course they know. In fact, sadly, just recently there was an electrocution of three elephants in Dharmapuri, and so Bowman has been on the field. They are
Oh,
aware of it, and they're just overly excited about the journey. I have not personally spoken to them, but they are very well aware of it, and they were traveling. So. Yes, 100%, because I actually live in a space where animals coexist with nature on a whole different level. We have people and communities living on the periphery of the forest, and it was a very conscious decision to not go down the route of showing all the depressing things that are happening around. In fact, I wanted
right.
to encourage the world to focus on the love and passion and the beautiful bond that we share with animals, to help get them to help get everyone to understand how intelligent and beautiful
Right.
elephants are, which would help
Right.
in turn protect the species and the landscape as well. So that's the route that I decided to go down with this. I wanted to reach
Right.
out to every person across the world, and not just people in the wildlife fraternity. I wanted to reach out to every person to help understand this beautiful sacred bond that we share with the planet. And
Right.
it's a message that is global, and each person has different animals that they're coexisting with in different places. So I hope that
Right.
elephants also translate into different animals. I know, for instance, in Los Angeles, they just had the issue regarding uh, the P22 cat, which is a mountain lion. So when you come back to
Okay.
things like this is something that is globally across the world, where we need to learn how to coexist.
Actually, we're back. I plan to go to the Golden Temple, Darbar Sahib. I've always said I want. I said it in the academy interview that there was some behind the scene interviews that I want to take the golden statue to the Golden Temple. So when I land the next day, I plan to go to Amritsar, and a couple of days
Right.
later, Kartiki lands, and then we will meet in Bombay. We would love to do a big screening and get our crew together, get Woman and Belly to Bombay, plan this with our teams and our studio at Netflix, and yeah,
Yeah.
get together. I mean, we have still not even gone through our messages. There are, I mean, I'm not kidding, I have around 10,000 messages.
I would like to 100% add that the first stop I will be doing is going to see the elephants, going to visit Bowman and Belly, and just
Right.
them. It's been 3.5 months since I last saw them, and I've been missing them very much throughout this journey. So that'll be my first
Right.
stop when I get back home. My
Right.
parents are with me over here, so I've already had that moment to
Okay.
be with my family. But the first thing I will
Right.
do is go back to Bowman Belly and the elephants, the forest department, and share this beautiful experience with them. So the idea of this documentary was basically to reach out to people to get them to understand elephants on a deeper level. And the
Yeah.
Tamil Nadu Forest Department is phenomenal. Like to me, they're one of the most dedicated, hardworking forest departments we have in the country, and they
Right.
have been handling everything very well. We have a beautifully protected space. At the same time, we
Right.
do coexist with animals on a whole different level, and there are issues that we have, but it's something that's been it's something that takes time. It's not something that can be handled
Right.
overnight. It's
That's
coexistence,
so true.
and
Right.
there's no solution immediately. And the Tamil Nadu Forest Department and the Kerala Forest Department all working very hard to ensure the best for both the species and for humans.
Right.
So I would say
Right.
that yes, they are doing the very best that they can. I've seen it. I've
Right.
seen it day in and day out, having grown up in the very space.
On this journey, we were asked here also in the last 1 month in America, can we give them money? What do we do to help them? Yeah, they actually don't need money. The Tamil Nadu Forest Department is doing a great job. They are
Right.
employees of the department, and
Right.
it's a testimony and also recorded in a film on how far they go in saving elephants, in making sure that they have everything they need. They have all their efforts to even put them back in the wild. So it's just everything that they're doing. It's not something you can. I think you need to be more aware about coexistence, about love, about
Right.
the
Absolutely.
as largely people. but it's not
Right.
something that you can give money to them, or like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
India doesn't need help, and the Tamil Nadu, this thing doesn't. They're very well sorted, So that was also our
Right.
answer
Yeah.
to many people who were like, "What do we do?" We were like, "We're fine,"
Right.
I
Right.
would really
This
say
is
it's about
yeah.
getting people to understand this beautiful sacred bond that we share with the other inhabitants
Yeah.
on our
Yeah.
planet. We all need to take a step up and open our eyes and see where we are as human beings and what we're doing to the planet. And I think it's a
Right.
global message, not just for our local
Right.
communities. Yes, it's for our local elephants, but also it translates
Right.
into much larger question of where we are as humans on this planet and what and
Right.
the rights.
I don't know who can say no to baby elephants, firstly. And Kartiki has amazing cinematography. She put together a reel that I saw. I saw the potential of
Right.
the story. And you can ask our teams. I think I was the first one saying all the way that this is going to go all the way. This is going to win. I've been saying that for a year plus. So
Right.
I knew it in my gut. It's the work that we do. It's in this for the last 15 years doing this. So I think the story was very special, and I'm so excited and so honored that Kartiki offered me the project to come on board as a producer.
So I actually grew up in this very space. The first time I ever went to Mudumalai Tiger Reserve was when I was 3 years old. My father grew
Yeah.
up in the as well, so it was a place that I call home. And it started out as a personal relationship with falling in love with the baby elephant and getting to know Bowman. And it was a friendship
Yeah.
that evolved organically into what it is today. And I think that's what's really special about it. I found family friends like Bowman and Belly, and it's just a lifelong bond that will always exist, not just with the elephants, but also with Bowman and Belly. And
Right.
it's just really beautiful because of the beautiful bond that we shared initially. It was very easy to just go in and bring a camera in there because we'd already built that trust. We already had the bond. And my background has been a natural history photographer. The one of the initial things that I tend to do is I go spend time with my subjects, which builds a certain amount of trust, and that's when you can really get into the lives of who they are as people and understand on them on a much deeper level. I think that's very important. And them being
Right.
indigenous people, I think there's a way that you need to really think about it is you need to respect them and you need to go in there telling their story, not the story that you have
Yeah.
and that you want to project to the world. You need to go in and
Right.
listen to what they want to say, what is
Yeah.
their story. And I think that
True.
was what really made this documentary special because I really wanted to highlight the fact that these are indigenous communities. They had this beautiful message for the world, and that's something that I really wanted to put forward rather than bring an outside narrator to come in and take over their voice, because that also
Yeah.
takes it acts as a barrier between the subject and the viewer.
And the yeah.
You have
Yeah. Yeah.
when you have a totally alien person coming in and trying to give people who have a beautiful voice a voice, it takes away from that emotional connection. So that's something I definitely strive to do in the documentary. And yeah, I think that's about it. It is just a beautiful journey, and we didn't really have sets. We went in there documenting their day-to-day life. There were no
Right.
sets, they're not actors, and you have to be patient. It's unpredictable because it's documentary, it's verite documentary. And when you're on a verite documentary, you just need to walk in there with your camera and you need to be there but not be there. You need to be able to capture things but not go in with a large presence. We had one camera person, one sound person, and one production person. It was a very small crew. And when we went in the
Okay.
forest, we had a naturalist and we had two camera people. And when we were
Okay.
doing interviews, we had two people. So it was a combination
Okay.
depending on what we were filming at the time. No,
Okay.
we were very fortunate to have Sony on board with us.
Okay.
I'm actually a Sony artisan, so we had the Sony FX7s, we had the FX5, we used the A7R3, we used the entire range, and we had a beautiful set of lenses as well. We used the 24-70, the 7200, 200, 600, 1635. We had the 90 for the macros. It was just absolutely beautiful. Very thankful to Sony for all their support. They were just with us the entire time and really supported us in many ways. It was a journey that really unfolded over time, because initially when I first met them, they were independent people, but there was definitely this beautiful energy that was going around. You had Raghu, and they were both parents to Raghu. It's just absolutely a very unique, beautiful bond. But then over the course of the time, we really saw this getting stronger and stronger. And once Raghu was taken away, it was this big loss for them. And then you could just see it happening over time. And I think that's what makes it very special. They don't show love the way we would normally show love. They do it in these beautiful ways, like they would snack together, they would fold clothes together, they'd have their own little sweet moments. And that was something that something we really wanted to show to the world, that they have their unique way of doing things, and that's what we wanted to. And it's just unbelievable. I mean, I think it's just very beautiful, because you have this indigenous community. In fact, Bowman and Belly were living together before they got married, and I think that's a beautiful forward way to look at things. And they were planning to, so it was already there in the back of their heads. And then once Raghu was taken away, I think it was just like a decision that they took, that they just really wanted to come together. It was just something that was really special to them, and you could definitely see it on ground. I mean, there was so many beautiful moments.
It's years of work. It is intuition. It is conversations with the filmmaker. And I do think it is also grace. I think we are all chosen to tell stories. I don't think we can give so much credit to ourselves. We work hard. We show up every day. We show up with intention. But I do think that we are chosen. Above and beyond everything, we are chosen to be a part of certain stories. There are so many stories around the world. There are so many common ideas. And I feel like there is this huge cloud of stories that we all tap into, and sometimes, because there's so many people who have similar ideas, and I actually think you're chosen. So I feel spiritual about this. From day go, this was a very spiritual bond. This was a very sacred bond of Baman and Belly and Raghu and Amu. And I'm grateful that I was a part of it, and I was able to do my bit to shine the light on the story and to bring the laurels and the award to our country and highlight their story. Also, more power to Netflix, who gave us the platform, the biggest platform in the world. It's like putting a whole the kind of fan art you're getting from around the world is unreal, so besides, also my team at Sikhya is absolutely incredible. There are creative producers on board. There is I would like to mention Ronak Bajaj, my partner Achin Jain, who worked closely on the film, and there is a process to putting things together. We had an incredible edit team. We had a beautiful camera team, like you saw Kartiki talk. She's also a camera person herself, knows so much about cameras. So, it's a journey, and thank you for noticing my work. Producers.
It is unmissable. I mean,
no, but I think producers only get spoken about in retrospective. That now that otherwise it's not a producer's medium. We're on the back, which I'm really happy about. But definitely the team, the story, and above all, being chosen to tell the story. It's been 24 hours. It's not really changed. We hope we get to make our next story. That's all.
Right. And Kartiki, for you?
Well, I think for me, I just hope that this really enables people to really gain the confidence to go out there and be able to tell their stories, however small they might be, and not think that any story is too small.